Welcome back to Second and Short. It is Monday, March 17th, 2025. It is St. Patrick's Day, so I decided to do something special. Brought in a leprechaun to be my co-host. Take the hat off. You got to take the hat off.
Like these pins.
You have to take the hat off. Thank you. Yeah, wait, why do you have a headband on? What? That was so hidden. But yeah, I brought in a leprechaun. He's even wearing green. Look at that. You even knew it was the right day. NFL free agency, been an absolute whirlwind so far. Still a lot more signings to come. A lot of good players still available. Potentially some trades that might come through. Maybe Christian McCaffrey's on the trade block. A lot of other names. We got regular season baseball games this week. Tuesday and Wednesday. Tokyo series gets underway. 6 a.m. Tuesday morning between the Cubs and Dodgers.
You watching it?
Nope. I'll watch the I don't know, extra innings if they get there when I wake up. But yeah, I think it's 6 a.m. both Tuesday and Wednesday. Not too sure if we have starters listed yet for those games. I would assume it's going to be the best that they can throw. But yeah, there's really not a ton going on right now. We're very much we have the spring breakout stuff going on during spring training. We got to see a bunch of promising young prospects play. But the NFL free agency stuff has definitely slowed down a ton. Now we're going to kind of make that turn towards the draft coverage for sure. And then baseball wise, it's just, spring training rolling on.
It's baseball time.
Yeah. Today we got NFL free agency recap. We're going to go through every team, just kind of recap the big additions for every team. We're going to talk through some of the best remaining free agents, maybe just talk about some different spots that we might think they could go, or I don't know, that didn't sound right, but might think they could go. And then our NL East preview to round things out. We'll probably end up playing a game here by the end. But speaking of draft coverage, the mock draft. If you haven't watched Wednesday's mock draft from last week, that was my mock draft 1.0. Go give it a look. Just disregard my Seahawks pick because they signed Cooper Kupp. But everything else, I'll still stand by. Thanks to everybody that saw that on TikTok. Shout out to Nathan and Mike. I know Mike was part of that idea as well. For asking me to put it up as parts on TikTok because it eventually created our most viewed video ever with over 150,000 views. So shout out to them and shout out to the people that saw that on TikTok. But the full video is on YouTube. And this coming Wednesday, so 2 days from now, we'll have Luke's mock draft coming out at 3 p.m. And then the following week, Colin's mock draft, which you're going to have a graphic for on Instagram and TikTok, that will be coming out the following week. So a lot of mock draft stuff to cover. Just a reminder, since we're kind of getting down to it, NFL Draft Night specials locked in. Thursday night, right when the draft starts. I think we're going to start the stream at 8 o'clock, maybe a little bit before, 7:50. Live, me, Colin, Luke, Mike, and Nathan all here. Running it all the way through the draft special live on YouTube. And I think we're going to go live on TikTok as well because we now have the ability to use that feature. So we'll be live on TikTok. But if you're watching on TikTok, we urge you to come over to YouTube because that's where you'll get the full experience. And we'll be more reading the comments from YouTube is the main thing. So definitely mark the calendars. April 24th, draft night special on Second and Short's YouTube. Colin, how are you doing? How's it going?
Besides getting bullied, I'm doing great.
That's good. I mean, I think besides being bullied, doing well is a good place to be.
Yeah, it's not bad for just a casual Sunday.
That's fair. All right. Well, we got NFL free agency recap if we want to go ahead and jump right into that. All right. On to our NFL free agency recap. We're going team by team. I think it's starting by divisions. Let's go AFC to start, East, North, South, West. What do you seem surprised, like you didn't know we were about to talk about this. It's on the paper in front of you.
Whoa.
Well, we're starting off with the Buffalo Bills in the AFC East. Obviously, the biggest thing they probably did this entire offseason was this extension that they gave Josh Allen, 6 years, $330, $250 guaranteed. Obviously, smart, bring him back. Brought back Ty Johnson on a 2-year, $5 million deal, which I think is just a nice move to make.
He started balling out there at the end. So
yeah. And then extended Khalil Shakir on a 4-year extension. They brought in Josh Palmer on a 3-year, $36 million deal, which
kind of weird.
I think that's an underrated move.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not going to lie. It's just weird. I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah, definitely didn't see that one coming. But yeah, the Shakir extension, well worth it. I think he's just proved his worth so much more over these last 2 years. They brought in Joey Bosa after he got released by the Chargers on a 1 year, $12.6 million, which is not bad at all. Incentives up to $15.6 million. So he's got $3 million incentives. I keep thinking extension incentives. They also brought in, I believe you say it, I think it's Michael Hoyt, which makes no sense.
Shout out Hoyt.
I think it's Michael Hoyt, who was on the Rams last year. 3-year deal, worth up to $24 million. One of the best players on that Rams team last year. Fantastic pickup. And you put him with Greg Russo, who you extended 4 years, $80 million. So that's another great one. Brought in Ogunjobi, which I really like, on the defensive line as well, on a 1 year, $8.3 million deal. Terrell Bernard, they extended a lot of key players on this team, which I really liked. They brought in Dane Jackson for corner. I know Rasul Douglas still a free agent, so I think that was part of that one. And then Damar Hamlin coming back, which is interesting.
Now the Bills have to draft Dan Jackson. Dane and Dan.
That would be good.
Lighten it up from the backfield.
Yeah, Dane and Dan Jackson would be a good pairing. And also Dan Jackson could replace Damar Hamlin.
I don't think DeMar's is going to go to another NFL team besides the Bills.
Yeah, I feel like you can't.
I think he will live and die a Bill.
Whoa.
Sorry,
He's already done both.
Sorry.
What if he went to the Bengals? All right, Dolphins. The Dolphins. They signed Zach Wilson, which I thought was hilarious because obviously Tua is going to get his brain smattered, and then we'll see Zach Wilson play.
The top two, like Alexander Madison, like that's hilarious. That's two horrible players.
That is awful. Nick Westbrook-Akine scored touchdowns last year, but
dude, he was always good for that one reception, 75-yard touchdown.
But do the Dolphins value players that score touchdowns? We saw what they did to Raheem Mostert last year.
The thing is, like, what Westbrook-Akine does is what you expect Tyreek to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you just have both of them lined up on both sides going with Waddle in the slot over the middle?
And then Tua will just be standing in the pocket waiting to either die or throw a 50-yard touchdown.
I guess Braxton Berrios is just special teams only now.
No, he left. I think he's a Texan. We'll get to it, but I'm pretty sure Braxton Berrios is a Texan.
Oh, no.
They re-signed Jackson Carman on the offensive line. There've been a bunch of moves like in the trenches that don't really matter to me. James Daniels is a good signing. 3 years, $24 million. But I'm going to be honest, I'm not very impressed.
No, they did not have a good off season.
Yeah, and
they have to draft well if they want to compete.
Early in this past season, I already went ahead and just put Mike McDaniel in the hot seat. This offseason does not help.
No,
he did not help himself out with this offseason. Yeah. Let's move on to the next team. I know
Dolphins might come in last in this division.
They might because the Patriots have had a hell of an offseason.
Hell yeah, they got QB1.
That is not QB1, but Josh Dobbs will be on the roster. 2 years, $8 million deal for
NASA
him.
expert.
Yeah, that's true. Aerospace engineering, I believe.
Yep.
They brought in Mac Hollins, which I really like.
Love it.
Yeah, 2 year, $8.4 million. Walked into the press conference, no shoes, as he does. They brought back Austin Hooper, which is whatever. But I love probably every other signing we're about to say. Morgan Moses on a 3 year, $24 million deal. Fantastic tackle to pick up. Wes Schweitzer, I believe he was once a Falcon. Really like him on the interior offensive line. I think Kayvon Chason is an underrated move. It'll be rotational off the edge, but 1 year, $5 million is not bad. Harold Landry, probably the best pickup so far of this offseason for them, unless you would like to say it's Milton Williams, one of the two.
I would say it's Milton Williams.
Yeah, I mean, the two of them both had huge breakout seasons last year and are both going to make such an impact, especially putting each other together on that defensive line. I mean, just outstanding moves right there. And I think when we're about to get through more great defensive signings for them, but having Mike Vrabel as your head coach is such a big part of why they attracted so many good defensive players. Yeah. Robert Spillane, one of the best linebackers in the league. You sign him as well. What a great move. Carlton Davis comes in to pair up with Christian Gonzalez, which I also love, on a 3 year, $60 million deal, which is not too bad for that good of a corner. Especially when you're not paying Christian Gonzalez all that much yet. I think that's so good. So the Patriots have really hit a home run so far, and we'll just have to see how the draft goes for them.
Did Stevenson get extended recently?
I don't think so, but I think he's got 1 more year on his rookie deal.
So what I could see, after the Patriots making all this move, not with their first round, but like second or third, I could see them drafting a running back.
Yeah, I mean, this
'Cause,
is
like,
a
that's
deep
like- that's
running
like
back
the-
class.
That's like their weakest spot right now after all
I
these
agree.
moves.
Yeah, I
Ramondre
mean,
Stevenson
the
sucks.
draft is going
Antonio
to
Gibson
be
sucks.
the draft is going to be super offensive heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I had them taking McMillan over Travis Hunter in my mock
Yeah, a
draft.
lot of people did not
Yeah,
like
I know
that.
a lot of people did not like that, but I just think that with what the Patriots have done, and I mean, already going out and getting Carlton Davis, you also added Marcus Epps and Jalen Hawkins. Well, Jalen Hawkins was already there, but you re-signed him in the secondary. There's no intention of them playing him on the other side of the ball.
Yeah.
And he seems to be so hard on, like, I'm going to play both sides of the ball, whatever.
That's
Well,
what
just going to cause problems.
That's what people don't understand is that, like, teams don't want to waste a top first-round pick on a
Exactly.
guy who is going to be more liable to get hurt if he wants to play on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, exactly. These guys are investments, and I think teams know that more than some guy in TikTok comments.
Because people want Travis Hunter play day one both sides of the ball. That's just not going to work out.
No, it's not. It's not. Okay, let's move on to the Jets. They have not. Sorry. Oh, he did get. He got extended during the season, didn't he?
But
Yeah, that's right.
I could see them just dropping Antonio Gibson and signing
That's
a running
true.
back.
Okay, he's got to opt out after 2026,
sucks,
so that could be
so.
interesting. Yeah, I mean, Stevenson's up and down. We'll see what happens. All right, let's talk about the New York Jets. Offseason hasn't been great. In the headliner,
Hey, I called
Justin
called
Fields.
the QB one.
Justin Fields, 2 years, $40 million. Okay, question: does starting off a season, what they were 3-1 with Justin Fields at quarterback? I think, or 4-0. Yeah, he might have been 4-0. I can't remember. Does that get you $20 million a year?
Absolutely.
I just think that's kind of crazy, but I don't know. I'm not a GM.
I think it's just what Justin Fields brings to the team.
That's fair.
Mobility quarterback,
And it's something new.
who can still get the ball downfield.
Yeah.
When was the last time? I mean, the Jets had a mobile quarterback besides Tyrod Taylor for like half a season.
Michael Vick, I think, was there.
Exactly.
Jordan Travis, but they hurt him.
Yeah.
So.
They've been so focused on just pocket passing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean,
The league's moving away from it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Justin Fields is the kind of quarterback you want if you're trying to move on.
He's still young. You invest in him. I mean, he's a quarterback you can build an offense around.
For sure. And I think they're already doing that. And that's what they did really well with some of these moves. Chukwuma Okorafor, fantastic signing.
So proud of you. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah, great signing. Tackle Josh Myers on the interior offensive line, going to be playing center. That's another good pickup. I really like Jamie Sherwood coming over, the linebacker, or not coming over, he was re-signing, but Brandon Stevens you bring in as well at corner. He's going to replace DJ Reed. I love so many of these moves because, look, this is a team that's going to have to just unload a Brinks truck for Sauce Gardner soon. Mm-hmm. Getting guys on a good deal, especially on the defensive side of the ball, is huge.
Troy, you have to draft well and get those rookie contracts.
Sorry? Justin Fields was 4-2 with the Steelers. Thank you for the fact.
You got to focus on the draft and just work with rookie contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. Where did Dre Greenlaw go? I thought he went to the Jets. Is he just not, did we not get to that part of the list maybe?
Did Nathan not scroll down enough?
Could be. No. I could have sworn. Maybe I was wrong. I could have.
You might have been tripping.
What? Broncos. That's right. Yeah. I think I said I wanted him to go to the Jets. I think that's what it was. But Jamie and Sherwood
because it was Kinlaw that left.
That's right.
He left the Jets.
Yep. Okay, on to the AFC North. We start with the Ravens. They haven't done much, and one of the moves was, I think, yesterday they made this signing. Cooper Rush, 2-year contract. He's there to be the backup. I mean, sure. DeAndre Hopkins, I think that's a signing. Pat Ricard, obviously you re-sign him. He's just a big part of your franchise. Ben Cleveland was an interesting one, considering he's fresh off of a DUI. And then Ronnie Stanley, what a great re-signing by them. 3 years, $60 million.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, some great wide receivers have gone to the Ravens to end their careers. Des Bryant, Deshaun Jackson, Steve Smith Sr., Odell Beckham, Jeremy Maclin, DeAndre Hopkins, Anquan Bolden. Yeah, it is a wide receiver graveyard, that's for sure. I mean, none of them were successful there.
I thought Odell went to Miami after.
He did,
Baltimore.
but I mean, it's kind of like nearing the end of your career.
Yeah,
you stop in Baltimore.
Who knows? Maybe DeAndre can turn it around.
Yeah, I feel like maybe Steve Smith Sr. had like a good year.
He was probably the best out of that group.
Yeah, in Baltimore. But yeah, Baltimore hasn't done much, but also they they didn't really lose much.
They don't. Yeah, I was about to say they don't need to.
Yeah, they didn't have
focus
to
on
do
the
much.
draft. They're fine.
Oh yeah. All right, the Cincinnati Bengals. Hey, they definitely needed to have a good offseason, and they're still in the midst of it, I would say.
Yeah, I'd say this has not been a good one so far.
They brought back Pirine, which I thought was interesting. Goes to the Broncos last year. Really didn't play that much of a role. I thought he was really a good complement to Joe Mixon when he was in Cincinnati, but then both of them left.
He doesn't really compliment Chase Brown.
No. Chase Brown is a receiving back,
Exactly.
and Samaje Perine is too. It just doesn't really work in my mind. T. Higgins got the non-exclusive franchise tag for the second straight year, so he's going to make $26.2 million this year. Obviously, he's not happy with that, and they are working to give him a long-term deal
He's so
this
pissed.
offseason. But the priority has to be Jamar Chase, and I think T. Higgins has to know that.
Yeah, because they basically already said they're fine with giving up Trey Hendrickson. So.
Yeah, like Lamb is the highest-paid wide receiver. What is his deal?
Not for long.
Well, yeah. Once Jamar gets
Once Jamar gets paid, it is going to be ungodly.
Yeah, it's going to be unreal. 41. Wait, what? 4 years, 136 for Lamb. I think Jamar could get 4 years. Is 150 crazy?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, I think that's like
maybe
plausible.
somewhere between like 147 to 150.
Yeah, like he's gonna get the bag. I mean, don't think that's not gonna happen. But I do like them bringing back Mike Gesicki on a 3-year deal. He was very good last year.
Yeah,
People
what about
just
the next
didn't
one?
care. Tanner Hudson, he just is there to fill a role.
Why are we re-signing 2 tight ends?
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
With the draft, like if you're that worried about a tight ends, you can get one late in the draft.
Yeah. They re-signed Cody Ford on a 2-year deal. Shout out. City Boys up. Edge rusher Joseph Asai comes back as well. A lot of re-signings here. Cam Sample comes back on the
rest
D-line.
Of these really aren't that special.
Yeah, BJ Hill's really good. So I do like bringing him back on a 3-year deal, and the defensive line is going to be a big deal for them. So having BJ Hill in the middle is going to help, but I mean, you still have a lot to figure out with Sam Hubbard retiring and Trey Hendrickson asking for a trade. Oren Burks is another good guy to bring back, but the rest of the moves not really all that much to talk about there. Let's talk about the Browns. The people in the TikTok comments sure didn't like that I said Kenny Pickett doesn't change things in Cleveland for the quarterback situation.
He doesn't.
Yeah, I know.
He's a great backup. He's not a starter.
They literally traded backups. I mean, Kenny Pickett for DTR and a 5th-round pick is just a straight backup swap.
DTR is about to go to a Super Bowl now. He's happy.
Yeah, maybe. But Kenny Pickett, I guess, views himself as the starter, and people are just taking that for him being like, I'm starting this season. No, he's just being confident, which is your job as a quarterback in the NFL. They did sign Myles Garrett to a 4-year deal, making him at the time, or no, now he signed after Crosby. So Myles Garrett is the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. AAV $40 million, unbelievable. No trade clause. He's going to be there the next 6 years.
They need to get someone to help Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, that could be something they address
like,
maybe later in the draft.
I saw something that was like that division's like wide receiver duos.
Yeah.
Everybody had one, and then Jerry Jeudy's just standing there alone.
Yeah, I mean, Elijah Moore is a free agent. They could still bring him back, but we'll see. The rest of their offseason, not great. Malik Collins is a good signing, 2 years, $20 million on the defensive line, and Devin Bush is whatever. He's not great. I mean, they just haven't done enough at all, and they're picking 2nd overall, and what I think they'll do is draft a quarterback, but there's a lot more to deal with, I think.
I was about to say, yeah. If you're trading for Kenny Pickett, I just don't see them drafting Cam Ward.
Yeah, maybe that's the case. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay, let's move on to the next team.
They're gonna be dumb and they're gonna get Travis Hunter. I have a feeling.
Maybe the Steelers, and I haven't minded their offseason all that much. Mason Rudolph coming in to be the backup to whoever they actually sign.
I was gonna say the quarterback room's pretty weak right now.
Yeah, it's literally just Mason Rudolph. And then Kenneth Gainwell they brought in, which is whatever.
That's weird.
Yeah. Apparently he wants to be called Kenny G. He said that in his opening press conference.
It's gonna be so weird to not see him in the Eagles jersey.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure Saquon owners
gonna enjoy it.
Saquon owners are gonna enjoy it. DK Metcalf that they traded for, such a great pickup, but also like him and George Pickens are going to be a problem. I mean,
a huge problem.
Yeah. That for each
the
other,
cornerbacks,
and each other, they're going to fight one another for sure.
Over under
100%.
Over under
Russell
half
Wilson
a fight.
is their quarterback. Actually,
Mason
Rudolph's their quarterback, and he's throwing picks every other play. These cornerbacks are going to be in for some bad days.
That's true.
Also, there probably won't be any pick sixes unless it's by an O lineman because DK and George Pickens will kill them.
No, George Pickens won't do anything. He doesn't even block.
No, he'll just kill the guy.
No, he'll run straight for DK.
He might have a gun in his pocket.
That's a good point.
He's gonna run across the field and just go hit DK out of nowhere.
Yeah, he might do that. The rest of the signings,
they might both be on some ski mask shit.
Oh yeah. Rest of the signings, Donald Parham, whatever. Malik Harrison is a pretty good move for the defensive line. Bringing in Slay was kind of interesting to me. I know that they needed to address corner.
Old fuck.
But yeah, I don't like that one. I'm not a fan.
Practice is going to be sick. DK versus Darius Slay. Let's run it.
Yeah, DK's cooking his ass 10 times out of 10.
He's going to push him and break his back.
AFC South. We'll start off with the Houston Texans. They brought back Dare Agumbawale, the GOAT.
Oh, yeah.
Good-ass kicker, Dare Agumbawale. They brought in at wide receiver 3 different guys that all address, the same need?
Yeah.
Braxton Berrios, Christian Kirk, and Justin Watson. Christian Kirk was a trade with the Jags for a 7th-round pick in 2026. So
I really like that.
Matter.
One,
yeah, no, I don't mind the
pickup. Is going to mainly focus on special teams.
Yes. And Justin Watson will just be there.
Justin Watson, there's a good chance he doesn't touch the field.
Yeah.
He's I think, wide receiver 6 on that team right now.
Probably, but also injuries, and Stephon Diggs is gone, so we'll see. Yeah, that's true. If you get traded for a 7th-round pick, that's pretty tough. But also, the only reason they traded the 7th-round pick for him was so that the Jags didn't release him because they wanted to get his that same contract he was on. They brought in Ed Ingram in a trade with the Vikings for a 6th-round pick. That one's fine. I just don't like that they traded off so much. Traded off Laramie Tunsil. Now, that offensive line was atrocious, but they traded off Laramie Tunsil, which I didn't love.
I think they're just going to fully rebuild the line.
It does seem like that. They signed Laken Tomlinson to be on the offensive line. I like that as well. On the defensive side of the ball, Derek Barnett and Darrell Taylor give them some depth at edge. Mario Edwards comes back to the team. On the defensive line, Sheldon Rankins, which I really like, on a 1-year deal. C.J. Gardner-Johnson picked up in a trade with the Eagles, which I love.
Very, very fun.
Absolutely love adding him to a already amazing secondary.
Yeah.
Those are kind of the most notable of their moves.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't know who MJ Stewart is.
Yeah, they re-signed him. He was a rotational guy, safety. The Colts. Let's talk about the Colts. They're famously bad at everything.
This QB battle between Daniel Jones and Anthony Richardson is...
It's real.
If you're Anthony Richardson, if you lose that QB battle, bro, just pack it up.
Hang it up, bro.
This is the final test.
Hang it up. Your 7v7 team's going to be taking on Cam Newton's. That's where he's going to be, bro. Trust me that Anthony Richardson will own a 7v7 team. They signed Daniel Jones to a 1-year, $14 million deal. Shout out to Daniel Jones for getting paid for no reason. Last year, he got cut out of a $40 million a year deal, picked up on a practice squad, never saw the field, and just got himself a $14 million deal. $13.15 million guaranteed. That's insane. He didn't do anything. I don't know. They brought in Khalil Herbert to give some depth behind Jonathan Taylor. Ashton Doolin they re-signed, which doesn't matter at all.
Special teams.
That's fair.
Most of these weird, low-rated wide receivers are special teamers.
Corey Ballantyne and Travarius Ward. Yeah, that's fair. We're not going to read that one out loud, but
2.4K, damn.
But yeah, Corey Ballantyne and Travarius Ward come in to play in the secondary, which I love. I love having Travarius Ward in the secondary.
The secondary for the Colts is actually going to be insane.
Oh, yeah, because they also added Cam Bynum on a 4-year, $60 million deal. The Travarius Ward and Cam Bynum, adding them to this defense, totally changes what I like. The problem is, can they put up more than 13 points with this offense?
Maybe if they're playing against a bad run defense and Jonathan Taylor rushes for 300 yards.
Yeah, I guess the better question is, can they put up more than 13 points with Anthony Richardson? Is mainly the question, or Daniel Jones for that matter. The Jacksonville Jaguars are just such a bad franchise. I mean, they freed up like $90 million in cap space.
Not
Yeah, they freed up like $90 million in cap space, and they went out and just signed guys that Colin likes. They picked up De'Ami Brown, picked up Johnny Munt.
No,
Shout out Johnny Munt. I guess
ruined.
I guess I'm gonna have to get the Jags version now.
No, thank you.
Yes,
No,
yes,
thank you.
that will definitely be happening. Trust me. They did pick up Patrick McCarry, which I like on the offensive line. But yeah, I mean, Eric Murray's a good safety. Jordan Lewis is a good corner, but this team is far from winning more games than last year.
1 or 2 wins?
No, they're gonna win more than that because Trevor will come back healthy and whatnot. But
All right, so Brian Thomas is double covered. Who are they giving the ball to?
De'Ami Brown. I mean, they could also draft a wide receiver.
Johnny Munt.
Yeah.
Is he going to be starting tight end?
As of right now, probably.
Nah,
Or is Brenton Strange still there?
Oh yeah, he's still there, but they're also going to draft tight end. So
Yeah, they might draft a tight end as well.
like first round.
They're not taking Tyler Warren with the 5th pick.
Not Tyler Warren.
Who the fuck would they take at 5 then? They'd have to trade down if they wanted to take anybody that's not Tyler
No, they're
Warren.
going to take Delp.
In the 5th or the 6th, maybe.
Dark horse pick.
All right, enough of the Jags. They suck. They're winning 5 games next year again. The Titans, they won 3 games last year, so let's see what they did this offseason.
Nothing.
Yeah, nothing. They brought in Van Jefferson, who's notoriously bad. Dan Moore, great offensive lineman. Love that pickup.
But your career's done, buddy. You're going to Tennessee.
Yeah, that's true. And also, like, they draft an offensive lineman every year. So, yeah, 4 years, 82. Yeah, no, he doesn't care if his career's over. He's making the bag. Yeah, $50 million guaranteed, $30 million in year 1 is crazy. Signed Blake Hance, Kevin Zeitler. Kevin Zeitler, not a bad pickup either on the offensive line. What?
Sorry, I looked at the very bottom.
Yeah. There's a better punter signing that we'll get to later.
Wow.
Dramont Jones, good pickup. You definitely need to address the edge when Harold Landry left. Sebastian Joseph Day plays football. Cody Barton, awesome pickup.
Yeah.
Cody Barton's a dog. Xavier Woods, not bad. Not great. Morgan Cox, elite long snapper, by the way. Good re-signing. And they picked up Johnny Hecker. Great punter pickup because you're going to use him. I promise you that. You're going to use him, especially if you...
He went from one shitty team to another.
Yeah, especially if you roll with Will Levis, you will be using Johnny Hecker. I am sure
Would you rather have Brandon Allen over Will Levis?
No.
Just a subtle little...
All right, AFC West, Denver Broncos. I'm loving their offseason. I'll say that. Jarrett Stidham, they re-signed whatever. Trent Sherfield, whatever. They already have enough wide receivers. Evan Ingram, baller move right there. Absolutely love how he's going to play in this offense. Matt Pert. Matt Pert on the offensive line. DJ Jones at nose tackle. The TV just turned off for a second. I don't know why. But Dre Greenlaw, amazing pickup. Talanoa Hufanga, amazing pickup.
Yeah, that's
Shout out the 49ers.
Hey, we're on a trend here.
Yeah.
Did I call something?
Maybe.
Little CMC?
Yeah, CMC could be a Bronco. He is from Colorado, and his dad played there, so we'll see. Kansas City. Their off seasons are always really weird. They signed both Gardner Minshew and brought back Bailey Zappi.
They just re-signed a lot of people.
Yeah, they made a lot of re-signings. They re-signed Kareem Hunt to a very low number. 1 year, 1.5. They got Elijah Mitchell, still plays football.
How many running backs they got now?
Not enough.
You still got Pacheco.
And they still suck. Hollywood Brown comes back. Juju comes back. They signed Jalen Moore on the offensive line, which I love. Love that signing so much. They hit Trey Smith with the non-exclusive franchise tag. Him and T. Higgins, only players in the entire league that got franchise tag this year. They signed Jerry Tillery on the defensive line, which I really liked. They brought back Nick Bolton, which is essential move right there. Signed Christian Fulton at corner, which I really liked. The secondary was brutal for them this season. So that's a great signing. Matt Araiza is going to come back, and then they re-sign their long snapper. Next team, the Las Vegas Raiders. They've certainly been active, and I don't think they're done. Quarterback Geno Smith. They got in a trade with the Seahawks for a 3rd-round pick.
Bum.
Picked up Raheem Mostert.
Bum.
Yeah, that's fair. Alex Kappa, good signing, maybe.
Not
He
bum.
got the triple crown in all the bad statistics on offensive line last year. But he was also on the Bengals. So that's probably why they sucked so bad. So shout out to Alex Kappa for being bad, I guess.
He's just gonna sabotage the Raiders now.
Yeah, well, I don't know if they need sabotaging. They're pretty bad already. They did sign Max Crosby to what was for 3 days the highest paid non-quarterback contract in history. 3-year extension worth $106.5.
There's just no way you could let him go.
No, you literally can't.
Like if I worked for the Raiders, like front office,
Yep.
everything like that. If I saw him, just like the Giants guy said, if I see him in another team's jersey, I'm gonna throw up.
That's
Or I'm
fair.
not gonna be able to
Yeah, I'm
sleep
not
at
gonna
night.
be able to sleep at night. I do like the signing of Landon Roberts. I think that's a good one at linebacker. You lost Spillane, which is a hard one to replace, but Landon Roberts is pretty good. Eric Stokes, I think, is a very good pickup. I know he's only on a 1-year, $4 million deal, but I think he adds something to the defense. Signing Jeremy Chin and Isaiah Polomuau are both great, but it would have been way better if you just kept Trayvon Mooring. That's kind of my thing with them. The Chargers are interesting. There's a lot more to do. I'll say that. And the draft will be a time to get a couple of those things. But, I mean, you re-signed Taylor Heineke just to give him some more depth. You signed Najee Harris. Fun fact about Najee Harris, Jim Harbaugh has a higher longest career rush. 41 yards is Jim Harbaugh's longest career rush. Najee Harris, 37.
Damn,
Yeah. That's not good.
he's gonna break it this year.
His leg or the record?
Like-
Stat.
That stat.
Okay. Fair. Yeah, it could be the same play. They brought in Jalen Rieger, so you signed a running back who can't run far and a wide receiver that can't catch. That's a problem. You signed Mike Williams, who seemingly has done nothing but score one touchdown that mattered last year for the Steelers.
Mike just has a problem getting open.
Yeah.
He's not the same Mike Williams he was before
is
that injury.
For sure. Brought back Bradley Bozeman on the offensive line, which I like. Mekhi Becton on a big deal. I know it doesn't have the terms there, but I know they got him on a pretty big deal. And shout out Becton for totally turning around his career in Philly and getting himself a bag. Deshaun Hand, they signed, which is whatever, but Khalil Mack, obviously the bigger re-signing after dropping Joey Bosa. Naquan Jones signs with him. Tyre Tart, Troy Dye. Denzel Perryman, I think, is a good re-signing there. Dante Jackson's a great pickup. 2 years, $13 million, especially with Asante Samuel Jr. out the door. Elijah Molden, another good pickup in the secondary. And then Benjamin St. Juste adds just, a little bit of depth at corner that you'd like to see. And bringing back J.K. Scott, which is a fantastic signing for punters.
That's a hell yeah in the chat.
All right. On to the NFC. And we start in the NFC East. The Dallas Cowboys and their weird-ass offseason they've had. They signed Colin's favorite player
Miles
of all
Bummy
time.
Sanders.
Miles Bummy Sanders
Agreed
is
to a
gonna be
1-year
Cowboy.
deal.
Him and Rico Dowdle traded for each other.
And then what'd they do after signing Miles?
They signed Javonte Williams.
Awful.
So to all you people that told me that the Cowboys aren't going to draft Ashton Genty, you're probably right, but you probably wish you weren't. They signed Paris Campbell, Robert Jones
just
on the
getting
offensive
better.
line. Yeah, Paris Campbell, great player in 2025. Dante Fowler Jr. just
You're
has not been
struggling
good in
today.
years. You want to take that one?
Osa.
Why'd you say his first name weird? It's just Osa.
I don't know. I'm not. Odiga. I can't.
I believe it's Odigizua. If I had to guess.
That just hurts my mouth.
All right.
It
That's kind of
just
weird.
does.
But they re-signed him. He's a fantastic defensive lineman. I don't blame them. Solomon Thomas coming in, which is a weird move. They traded for Kenneth Murray, which is okay. I do like the trade for Kyer Alam. I think that's a good pickup. CJ Goodwin, not really a needle mover. Neither is Marquise Bell. Great way to spell Marquise, by the way.
Marquis.
And re-signing Kevontae Turpin, I think, is actually a good move. Great return, man. The Giants suck, and everything they do also sucks.
Yeah, do we have to talk about this?
I mean, Tommy DeVito's coming back, so is Darius Slayton. Chris Manhertz coming back. A lot of re-signings for them. I do like Paulson Adebo coming in. He's not great, but he's okay. And Chauncey Golston adds something to the edge. You did get Javon Holland.
This just sucks.
Yeah, not fun, but they did their thing.
Bless you, good sir.
The Eagles, the main thing they did was extend Saquon Barkley 2 years, 41.2.
Best farming simulator player out there.
Yes, I know. They also picked up A.J. Dillon to be his backup.
You love that guy.
I do like A.J. Dillon. Shout out. Black Jewish guy, went to Boston
They picked
College.
up A.J. Dillon just to push Jalen Hurts, didn't they?
Probably.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Harrison Bryant.
He might throw
Harrison
Jalen
Bryant
Hurts.
is a giant tight end.
Yeah, those two might be able to throw him across the field for a touchdown.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Harrison Bryant, Grant Calcaterra,
Yep.
and then A.J. Dillon.
Yeah.
And A.J. Dillon might shove all of them through the goalpost.
Yeah, A.J. Dillon might split Jalen Hurts in half.
Hey,
What?
Pause.
That's not quite as bad as what I said, but
That's it.
definitely bad.
You're in timeout.
No, I'm not. I have to keep rolling with this show.
No, it's fine. You got it.
Yeah, Kenyon Green on the offensive line was who they got in that C.J. Gardner-Johnson trade.
Nice.
Yeah, I got him in that trade. Josh Uche, good signing on the edge. Zach Bond, the re-signing, fantastic. Yeah, he's got a couple big incentives on his contract. $5,000 sack incentives, yeah. Bringing back Zach Bond was essential.
You had to.
Yeah, Adoree Jackson was a decent signing. Gives you some depth now that you've kind of moved on from your old corners and now you have your new corners.
They took our guy.
Yeah, Avery Williams. Fantastic special teamer. Shout out Avery Williams.
Who's going
Wish
to
he would
return
come
for
back.
us now?
Probably whoever we draft in the 7th round.
Please be Nick Nash.
Yeah, that would be good. All right, Washington Commanders. Let's see what they did. Nathan.
I think they had pretty good.
What?
They had a pretty good offseason.
Yeah, the Commanders are doing some good stuff. They brought back. Gotcha. Yeah, I don't care about March Madness, unfortunately.
Who is it?
No, stop. We're not interrupting the podcast. You can deal with this later. Marcus Mariota re-signing on a 1-year deal. Jeremy McNichols re-signs. KJ Osborne's coming back. They traded for Deebo Samuel a month ago. They brought back John Bates and Zach Ertz at tight end, which I love. Absolutely love bringing back both of them.
John Bates was always perfect for that half reception.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's getting paid.
Yeah.
I mean, 3 years, 21, not
He's
bad.
a first drive demon, bro.
Yeah. Trent Scott re-signing. They trade for Laramie Tunsil to give themselves some help, some much-needed help on the offensive line. Re-signed Michael Dieter at center. And can you scroll down a little bit? They've done a lot. They brought in quite a few guys for the defensive line, which they needed to. And they brought in Clellan Ferrell, Jacob Martin, Dietrich Wise. Love the Dietrich Wise move. I think that one's underrated. Eddie Goldman on the interior, Sheldon Day, Javon Kinlaw, great pickup, 3 years, $45 million for him. Bring back Bobby Wagner for another year. I always forget how to say this guy's name, and I think it's
Bino.
Yeah, Igbenogene
Wow.
or Igbenogene or something like that. I think he was on the Giants.
Y'all
I
are
think that's why I
insane.
recognize
I'm
him.
so proud of y'all for being able to pronounce this shit.
Just phonetics.
I could not.
Yeah, FIFA as well. Just had to learn how to pronounce shit you just couldn't even read. Yeah. Will Harris is a good pickup at safety, and then you bring back both your specialists, kicker and punter, Zane Gonzalez and
A lot of
Tress
punters getting re-signed this year.
Yeah. My favorite punter signing we still haven't even gotten to.
Oh.
Don't worry. We'll get there.
So
NFC North, you know exactly who it is. You just don't know what team he went to.
Riley Dixon went
Yeah.
somewhere?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. All right. Bears. Durham Smythe. They bring in Durham Smythe now. Jonah Jackson was a fantastic pickup on the trade. They went crazy on the offensive line. I'll say that.
You had to.
They went out. They got Jonah Jackson and Joe Tooney. Beautiful pickups. Drew Dahlman. Wish he didn't go there. Wish he stayed as a Falcon, but 3 years, 42. Can't blame him for chasing the bag.
Him and Graham.
Dayo Adeyingbo. Great signing as well on the edge. They need to beef up that defensive line a little bit more. They also added Grady Jarrett to do that, which fine by me. I mean, I was kind of done with Grady.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not even trying that one because I think I might.
Amen.
It might sound bad. Yeah.
Amen.
Things might get crazy. Yeah. It's probably amen, but yeah.
Amen.
Whatever. Shout out long snapper Scott Daly. Detroit Lions. They've done a couple things. Kyle Allen's going to be a backup, whatever.
Let's go, Kenny, your boy.
Yes. He signed. Tim Patrick.
Let's go.
Re-signing, which I like. Just bringing him back
Number
to catch
17,
like 4
go.
passes. Marcus Davenport re-signing. I kind of like. Roy Lopez signed. I don't know how to say that one. I'll be honest.
Some very
Levi
soft signings.
Onwuzurike.
Yeah, good shit.
Right. Sometimes you just gotta like spit it out. Yeah. Derek Barnes is a great signing at linebacker. 3 years, 25.5 for that extension is so big. And then bringing in DJ Reed, I absolutely love that. Packers haven't done enough. I'll say that. Aaron Banks coming in, 4 years, 77 mil. Great. I like the 4 signings they've made. It's just not enough. I bring back Isaiah McDuffie, who's awesome. Nate Hobbs on a 4-year, $48 million deal, I love. And bringing back McManus, love all those moves. It's just not enough. On to the Minnesota Vikings. Who do we have on the Vikings? We got Aaron Jones re-signing on a 2-year, $20 million. They traded for Jordan Mason to give him a backup running back, which I do like. I like that pickup. Jordan Mason's very good.
And it's just a pick swap.
Yeah, and it's a pick swap, which isn't that bad. You got Justin School coming in for the offensive line. Will Fries, a fantastic pickup. Will Fries is a baller. Really wanted to come to Atlanta, but it's whatever. He signed a 5-year, $88 million deal. Ryan Kelly.
So money, man.
Ryan Kelly at center is a fantastic pickup, too. And then on the defensive line, they went crazy. Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave are huge, huge acquisitions for that defensive line. I mean, those are game changers.
Calm down with the big words now.
What? Acquisitions?
Yeah.
That's not a big word.
It's not a small one.
All right. Eric Wilson signed with them as well at linebacker. And then at corner, I really like both of these moves, Byron Murphy and Isaiah Rodgers. Byron Murphy's obviously coming back, but Isaiah Rodgers is a good pickup. Do we have any more on that list for them? Yeah. Theo Jackson, great safety signing. Bringing back Harrison Smith, of course, and then Ryan Wright, the punters, coming back. NFC South.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. The Falcons in the least exciting offensive signings ever.
You mean the one?
No, 3.
Oh,
2 of them are on the offensive line, and they're both coming back to the team.
Exactly.
All 3 of these are re-signings on the offensive side, and Kadero Hodge is more of a special teamer. He also extended and well-deserved Jake Matthews, 2 years, $45 million, and Storm Norton coming back, which I do like. He was pretty good. On the defensive side, I think these are good moves. Once again, not enough. Leonard Floyd coming in, 1-year deal. I like the move. Some people don't. I think Colin specifically said that he didn't think it was that good of a move, but
I don't see it panning out.
That's fair. Morgan Fox, I think, is a pretty good move.
Like
Divine Diablo is a young linebacker, which I can always get on board with a guy that's just trying to do something. That works for me. Bringing back Mike Hughes, I do like. I just still don't think corner's done. That's my take there.
Can't be.
And Liam McCullough, fantastic long snapper. So we bring him back as well on a 4-year extension. Let's talk about the Panthers. They've had a hell of an offseason.
Is that where Riley went?
Nope. Andy Dalton, 2-year deal to come back, be the backup for Bryce Young. Rico Dowdle coming in, which I think is a great pairing. I love that running back pairing that they've got building. Tommy Tremble's coming back on a 2-year deal. Brady Christensen's coming back on a 1-year deal. They bring back Austin Corbett. Signed Patrick Jones on the edge, which I really like. The defensive line is going to be a big, big deal for them this year. Treshaun Wharton, 3-year deal. Absolutely love that. Might be the best pickup they have of this offseason so far. Bringing in Bobby Brown as well, a nose tackle. Roseboom at linebacker. And then, of course, extending J.C. Horn on a big, big deal. 4 years, $100 million. You bring in Mike Jackson as well. And Trayvon Moehrig. Got to be one of the best pickups they have of the entire offseason. He is an absolute baller. And they also signed Sam Martin to replace Hecker. The Saints, Dante Pettis, Juwan Johnson. You see all the jokes of like the picture that they used of his re-signing? He looks like a sitcom dad from the 80s with his mustache. It looks ridiculous. If anybody's, I've only seen the clips of it, but the Rock show on whatever channel, he looks like his dad.
Oh wow,
that's how what that mustache makes me think of. I don't know if you'll be able to easily find this. I just keep seeing things on Twitter of it. But we'll keep going down the list. Jack Stoll coming in as well at tight end. David Goshaw, I think is it Goshaw. That they traded for from the Patriots. I do really like that pickup. They re-signed Cam Jordan. They re-signed Chase Young, which is pretty essential. Cornerback Isaac Yiadom coming back. Or sorry, not coming back, but coming in. And then they signed Justin Reed, which was actually a very good signing at safety. Yeah, that's true. Can be a backup kicker. All right, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Kyle Trask coming back. Chris Godwin coming back. It's a big deal. Also, Sterling Shepard coming back as well. Ben Bredeson, keeping him is huge. Anthony Nelson. You brought in Hassan Reddick to help out the defensive line, which I like, but also, is he even going to do anything? You brought back Greg Gaines, brought back Levante David for another season. Anthony Walker Jr. comes in, Kendall Vildor, and the biggest signing of their offseason is Riley Dixon. I hope to see Riley Dixon so many times for the Buccaneers this year. I hope he's on the field every 4 plays. But yeah, that does the NFC South. On to the NFC West to wrap things up here.
Speed run.
Yes, speed running. Cardinals, they're doing things. I'll say that. They signed Jacoby Brissett to be a backup, brought in Simi Fehoko and Zay Jones at wide receiver, which Zay Jones has already been there before. They brought in Kelvin Beachum and Evan Brown on the offensive line, or they brought back both of them on the offensive line. Brought back Baron Browning, which I really like. Brought back LJ Collier, but the biggest one of them all is that they brought in Josh Sweat on a 4-year, $76.4 million deal. That is a huge, huge pickup for them. They really needed that edge rusher. They brought in Dalvin Tomlinson as well at defensive line, which I like. Linebackers brought in Akeem Davis-Gaither and Michael Walker. Both of them going to get some rotational playing time, which I like. The Rams, kind of interesting offseason. We'll see how the rest of the things pan out, but they brought back Jimmy Garoppolo. They restructure Stafford's deal. Bring in Devontae Adams, 2 years, $46 million to replace Cooper Kupp, who they released. They brought back Tutu Atwell, brought back Alaric Jackson on the offensive line, signed Coleman Shelton to replace Jonah Jackson, and then brought in Laryl Murchison and Poona Ford. 49ers have had a weird offseason because they let go of a lot of guys. Kind of a soft reset, it seems like, for San Francisco. Brought in Mac Jones to be a backup, brought back Kyle Juszczyk after releasing him, which was kind of an odd move. Patrick Taylor they bring back. They signed DeMarcus Robinson, which I like as a depth move at wide receiver. You signed Luke Farrell for a depth move at tight end. Ben Barch on the offensive line. I think there's much more offensive line to address for them. Luke Gifford, Trey Brown. I like the Richie Grant signing, even though he hasn't been that great for a couple of years. Jason Pinnock as well as safety. But that's kind of it for the 49ers. I think there's more things to happen. I think there's some trades and some draft picks that are really going to build out that roster. And the Seattle Seahawks round things out here. Sam Darnold, the biggest part of them all. 3 years, $100.5 million deal. Obviously, a big deal to get Sam Darnold. Cooper Kupp also coming in. Shout out to me for predicting that one. 3 years, $45 million. You literally shouted yourself out for the Justin Fields signing. So I get to shout myself out for the Cooper Kupp. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, they also bring in. So Sam Darnold's either winning MVP or Super Bowl MVP. That's just how it works. MVS, I think the last 7 seasons has been on the team of either the Super Bowl MVP or the MVP. So that's a big deal.
Or Cooper Kupp could just win Super Bowl MVP again.
Yeah, that's true. Josh Jones.
D-Law.
On the offensive line. Yeah. DeMarcus Lawrence. And that one caused some controversy when this man did his introductory press conference or interview with one of the people from Seattle. And he was just trash talking the Cowboys, saying how you just can't win in Dallas and all this stuff. And then Micah,
he's not wrong.
Yeah, and then Micah responds, and DeMarcus Lawrence just goes in on him, being if you'd spend less time on Twitter, all this stuff. It's so funny. They also made 2 great re-signings, which is Jaron Reed and Ernest Jones, which are absolutely huge guys to bring back. And that's it for all the free agents. So, yeah, we'll wrap it up right there for the free agent recap. That was fun.
Yeah.
Fun exercise. Okay, I guess we're going in to our best remaining free agents. What the fuck is happening right now? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, we're going into our best remaining free agents that are still on the board. Nathan has a list up. I'm going to go off the list that I have on my prep sheet first, and then we can hit on some of the ones that are still up there. Wide receivers, my top 3 that I had, Amari Cooper, Stephon Diggs, Keenan Allen. All guys certainly on the tail end
Mhm.
of their careers. Amari Cooper, I don't know where he's at. Because he was still so good in Cleveland. And then
He went
goes
the
to
Bills.
Buffalo and just does
He
nothing.
just had to play a different role.
Yeah. So where could he go where he would play a bigger role than Buffalo last year?
To the Chargers.
I do like the Chargers. That is a good one. A couple teams I have on here that just need wide receivers in general. Patriots could go after any of these guys. Chicago would be interesting. Obviously not for Keenan Allen, but I think Stephon Diggs to Chicago is one to look out for. The Lions need wide receivers. I think Keenan Allen probably of this bunch makes the most sense to me. Maybe Amari Cooper.
I can see the Lions mainly drafting instead of signing.
I agree. But they definitely don't need Stephon Diggs.
No.
That's for sure. And then Cleveland, which obviously Amari Cooper probably would not go back to Cleveland, but Stephon Diggs and Keenan Allen are both definitely options in Cleveland.
I have Stephon leaning. It's really bad to say, but I feel like he'd go to Dallas.
Yeah, he could join his brother. That would be interesting. I actually don't mind that. I didn't really think about it, but
Dallas can probably get him for cheap.
yeah, that's true. They could definitely get him on a discount. Much more than most teams could probably get him.
Yeah.
I like that pick.
And that way they can focus other positions than having to draft a wide receiver.
Yeah.
They have too many other positions they need to focus on in the draft. So you sign Stephon Diggs, having the base of CeeDee Lamb, Stephon Diggs, and you can run Turpin, and they still have who's that dude that started breaking out for him? There's like a dude in the tail end of the season who's just playing really well for them.
I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure going into last season he was like wide receiver like 5 or 6. Or
Tolbert?
like, no, it was someone else. Tolbert's not bad. I mean, he's still
he's not bad.
playable.
Yeah.
And
I'm
then
not sure.
Keenan, weird. I got him sort of going to like Green Bay.
Yeah, he could end up anywhere, and I think I'd be like, all right.
I feel like Green Bay could really use a receiver like that.
Yeah, that's fair. Like a big physical receiver. And like he wasn't really that bad last year. It's just Caleb Williams was an issue.
Yeah.
And there was too many cooks in the kitchen, I think, in Chicago last year.
So we've already said Jaden Reed is not it.
Yeah.
He'd be a great wide receiver too.
Yeah.
To complement Keenan Allen.
Agreed.
And then you can keep Christian Watson at 3.
Yeah.
Then everyone else is just
I think that works.
gone.
Yeah. Any other teams where we could maybe see these guys? I mean, the Falcons do have a minor need at wide receiver, but I think all these guys might cost a little bit more than they're willing to spend.
Yeah, I mean, Raiders, could you see them go after one?
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I mean, you're going to want to add to Jacoby Myers and Brock Bowers. Obviously, Trey Tucker's there. He's fine. But I wouldn't mind seeing any of these guys
I
there.
could even see weird play, but the Ravens going after one.
I guess with Hopkins,
With Hopkins,
Flowers, Bateman.
I could see them replacing Bateman with someone, have Bateman as a rotational guy with Hopkins, because
I don't know.
Hopkins
I
not
think
going to
Bateman's
play
really
every
good.
snap. Yeah, Bateman's great, but they need someone to platoon with Hopkins because he's not going to be able to play
That's
every
fair.
snap.
Yeah, that's fair. What about quarterbacks? I mean,
Oh,
we got
God, I have no
Rodgers,
idea.
Rodgers, Wilson, Winston. Maybe one of them is starting next year, depending on how the draft goes. I mean, and I only put Jameis here to have a third guy. But yeah, Rodgers and Russ are probably the two competing for a starting job somewhere.
I mean, the Steelers still need someone,
The Steelers still need
but
somebody.
I don't think they want Russ.
Yeah, I don't think they want Russ back either.
There's been a-
Rodgers would be
There's-
interesting.
There's been a lot of talks about Aaron Rodgers going to Steelers to
Yeah.
have like this talented wide receiver duo, to have someone give them the ball.
Yes,
I can't fucking speak right
That's
now.
fine. I couldn't either. Do we still think that Indy could go out and get another quarterback?
I feel like at this point they draft someone, and
But then you're literally you've got young quarterback, relatively young quarterback, and rookie quarterback. You're not going to get any wins out of those guys if it doesn't work out.
yeah,
I mean, if you get Aaron Rodgers and he plays fine, at least you won 5 or 6 games.
I guess out of the 3, I can mainly see them going like the Jameis Winston route, get him for cheap,
Yeah,
and then he's
that's
someone
fair.
who's shown that he can go out and win.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's going to turn the ball over, but
What about
I'm sure Michael Pittman would enjoy having
That's true.
Jameis Winston.
New York? The Jets or the Giants, not the Jets.
I have no
The Giants, I don't know because I think they want to draft a quarterback,
But also, I feel like
But I don't know if
want
they
to.
don't. Yeah. I don't know if they really do, and I don't know if they're sold on Shador. But it seems like they are sometimes, and then sometimes it doesn't. I genuinely can't get a read on what the Giants are doing ever. But especially with this quarterback situation, I don't know, because right now, what I do know is that all they have is Tommy DeVito. So right now, I just have to operate with the assumption that they're going to draft a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if they could lean toward Russ.
Yeah. I mean, Rodgers would be easy. He wouldn't have to move.
Yeah, but O-line is so bad that he would have to move.
Yeah, that's a good point. Physically, I think Jameis. I mean, he's not afraid to throw interceptions. It's gonna happen.
I think every team could use a guy like Jameis.
I agree. With
Who knows? Maybe with Philly, I think Tanner McKee moved up to the backup spot
I
in
agree.
DTR's 3 because
I agree.
McKee really balled out when he got the opportunity.
Yeah.
I would really like to see Jameis go to Philly though, to be the
Jameis
backup
would be
for them.
fun. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Jameis could go anywhere. I mean,
that's the thing. He can go anywhere.
yeah. I know Dallas has made some moves. They could use a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
And Dak is coming off an injury.
I had wrote Cowboys above Aaron Rodgers' name. Just
that would be interesting. That could definitely be interesting. What about running backs? I know there's not a lot of them available. These guys that I have on the list here are both very injury-ridden guys. J.K. Dobbins is coming off of a fantastic year, and he did get hurt by the end.
Yeah.
But better than tearing your Achilles, 2 years in a row?
Something like that.
And then Nick Chubb, I don't know if he's gotten a fair shot yet since he's come back from the ACL.
I think the Browns keep him.
Really? You think they... Okay. That could be interesting.
I think the Browns keep Chubb, and dude, JK's weird.
I think the Raiders are a fantastic spot for J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah.
I think that would be a fantastic spot for him to land if they don't go with the draft. I think the Broncos, another one, because we kind of talked about McCaffrey could be one, but I think primarily J.K. Dobbins to the Broncos sounds good.
Hell, I mean, Broncos could get CMC. 49ers are going to need someone.
That's true. That is true.
Because, was it?
Yeah, Jordan Mason's gone. Elijah Mitchell's gone.
Who's Patrick? Who is it? Patrick Taylor?
Oh, yeah.
That dude sucks.
Yeah, and Isaac Guerrero.
I mean, he's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad.
I don't
He's
think
not a starter.
He's not a starter.
No. Yeah, I do like that. Looking at the 49ers potentially getting a guy. I think Chubb to the Cowboys sounds odd, but I don't know if I hate it.
I don't see the Cowboys going out and signing or trading for another running back after signing 2.
That's fair.
I think they're going to draft a young one.
Yeah.
Maybe like Jordan James from Oregon.
Yeah, he'd be an interesting one. I think there's so many guys you could draft.
It's hard to
yeah,
just,
I mean,
it's going to be who's available because they're all going to be
if
good.
Ginty's there, you probably draft him.
They're not drafting running back first round.
I don't know.
They're not.
I
They're
don't know
not.
about that. Don't.
They are not drafting a running back in the first fucking round.
You don't know that because Jerry Jones is out of his fucking mind.
Okay. How about if they draft a running back in the first round, $50.
25.
Deal.
Close your fucking hand. All right. $25 to the Cowboys drafting a running back in the first round.
No shot.
All right.
Jerry Jones, if you do that, it's going to be pain.
What?
You.
Okay. I think he probably lives in pain. He's like 900 years old.
Somebody call an
Cornerbacks.
ambulance.
Corners.
But not for me.
Some very good corners still on the board.
Yep.
One
One of these three better go to the Falcons.
I would love that. There's also others. I mean,
Yeah.
Nathan's got a list pulled up. It's got 2 more that I like.
Yeah,
as well.
Mike Hilton would be pretty sick.
Not even Mike Hilton. I was talking about Kendall Fuller. But
Yeah.
Asante Samuel Jr., I think, is the best. I know Rasul Douglas is on the list, but I think Asante Samuel Jr. is the
I
best.
think Asante would cost too much.
Probably. I think he's a little more than what the Falcons are looking to pay. And probably the same goes for Rasul Douglas. Stephon Gilmore would give us an experienced guy. I don't know. I don't know if he can go a whole season.
I don't know if I want to go from AJ Terrell to.
Well, AJ Terrell's still there.
Yeah, but like as our like.
Well, Mike Hughes is there as well. I don't know. We need the depth. That's why like Mike Hilton would make sense, but I don't know if he fits the mold for what we're looking for. I think the Rams could definitely go after one of these guys. I think Asante Samuel Jr. would be a fantastic choice for them. I mean, he's like 24, 25. Add another young guy to this defense. Why not? Same with Rasul Douglas. I think Rasul Douglas would fit in Los Angeles well.
You know what's funny? I could see the Chiefs going out and getting a cornerback.
That too.
Trying to fill that L'Jarius Sneed hole.
Yeah, they were definitely missing it. I mean, that sounded crazy.
Yeah.
They did sign a corner, but I do think they're not done.
Yeah.
What about safeties? I mean, Justin Simmons and Julian Blackmon are still out there. Both those guys were like 16-game starters. Well, I guess Justin Simmons was hurt for some time, but I mean, he was a starter. He's not the Pro Bowler that he once was.
No.
But he's still a good player. I don't really know who necessarily needs a safety right now. But there are teams out there that could use it. I just wanted to bring those two guys up. Defensive line is kind of an interesting thing because a lot of it is aging guys.
Yeah.
Calais Campbell, Zadarius Smith are both available.
We're
Good
struggling
God,
today.
yeah, brutal. They're both available, which makes things interesting. I mean, Zadarius Smith had like 9.5 sacks last season, I think. Calais Campbell can still put up numbers on the defensive line. But then I really like Charles Omenihu. He was with the Chiefs last year. He's had some injury issues. I think he had a suspension as well at some point for banned substances, but he plays. And he's only 28, so like you could get him on like a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
For like relatively cheap. And I think he would make a huge difference for a lot of teams at defensive end. I just don't know. I don't know who necessarily wants to sign people at this point because the top of the line is done. The top of the line edge is done, and this is such a good class.
You know who needs one of these three? You lost Harold Landry.
Yeah.
And you lost Sweat.
Wait.
No, I'm thinking of a different Sweat. That's my bad.
Yep.
Big Sweat.
Devondre Sweat is still there.
He's still there.
Yes. But yes, they did lose Harold Landry, and Jeffrey Simmons had a bad year last year to his standards.
So Titans could go out and get one
definitely
of these.
use another.
I could see them going out and getting.
But also, they might draft Abdul Carter.
That's right. I forgot they had the one pick.
Yeah, they do have the number 1 pick.
A lot of people thought you were crazy for having Abdul going 1.
I don't think so. I don't think I'm crazy for that one.
No.
There's a lot of picks in there that I do think I am crazy for.
Yeah.
And I'll admit that entirely. I mean, I changed.
Travis Hunter outside of your top 4 is fucking wild. This dude doesn't know ball.
It's not crazy.
No, it's not.
It's not.
When you think of it as a business aspect.
It's not crazy. Maybe next week we'll just address the comments on the mock draft. That'll be the whole podcast.
It's been 2 hours just fucking going
2 hours going through comments. I mean, me and Ethan were reading through them last night. It was good.
Shouting out like the really good ones. Just be like, yo, what the
Yeah, no. I liked there was one just like in the midst of like ones that were like, what does this guy even know? Thank God you're nowhere close to
one
an
dude
NFL
was like,
front
man, dude, I
office."
really like this guy's picks and his reasoning.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm definitely gonna pay attention from here on out.
Yeah, I got that one. I saw. Yeah, people were asking me. There was multiple asking for a round 2 mock draft. That's not
I was
happening.
about to say that.
I got to be out of my mind to do a round 2 mock draft.
I'm saying, bro, dude,
we
ever have nothing to talk about? Just full.
Yeah,
Full
full 7. Full 7. We'll do it in like across the 5 weeks. No, that would suck. That would be the worst. That would be the worst content we'll ever create if we did a full mock draft.
All right, round 7 pick.
Yeah. Now to round 7. I think they're going to take this punter out of North Dakota State.
No,
yeah.
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I think he'll go undrafted. That would be the worst conversation ever. Is this guy going to go in the 7th round or will be an undrafted free agent? Is there any more names that matter on this list that you have pulled up, Nathan?
Didn't Von Miller resign?
Yeah, Von Miller got signed. Azeez Ojulari's out there. Brandon Scherf's out there. That's not bad.
Matthew Judon.
Yeah, I don't care. Matthew Judon could go wherever he
Tyler Conklin.
Deontay Johnson.
No one wants him.
we
talked
about Jameis.
J-Mo. Tyler Lockett.
Tyler Lockett is probably going to retire.
You think so?
I think so. He seems like a retired guy. Yeah, we talked about Elijah Moore earlier.
Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks could be a good pickup. Kazir White, is he really still? I guess we never talked about him, so I guess so.
Oh, and Nelson Aguilar.
Kazir White would be a great one to pick up
Quandre
for a lot of
Diggs.
teams. Quandre Diggs, Tyler Boyd.
Yeah, Tyler Boyd would be fantastic.
Yeah, a lot of guys.
Yeah,
Von Bell's still out there. Okay. There's definitely some guys that could get picked up.
Devondre Campbell.
I like
Devin
this.
White.
A lot of good names. All right.
Oh, yeah, we're done with that. Willie Gay.
Shout out Willie Gay and Lorenzo Carter. Okay. I think that's going to do it for the best remaining free agents. All right. NL East preview. You know how this works. We go through our standings. dark horse for this division. We'll talk about Cy Young, MVP, Rookie of the Year candidates out of the division. Colin, we start at the bottom of the standings. Who do we think's coming in last?
The worst team in baseball for this next season is going to be the Miami Marlins.
It's a hot take. They're going to
Really?
dethrone the White Sox?
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes.
The White Sox have genuinely nothing. I mean, at least the Marlins have pitching. I do have them 5th, but maybe not the worst team in baseball. We'll see.
Pitching won't matter if they can't score any runs.
That's fair, but, every now and then these guys do realize that they are Major League Baseball players.
Kyle Stowers is going to have to just put the team on his back.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, look, the Marlins suck. And the worst part about it is that there's nobody coming up for them either.
No.
There's nothing to look forward to
Not offensively.
for the Marlins at all on the offense, which is the worst part of this. I mean, Sandy will be back.
Hopefully he can stay healthy.
Yeah, hopefully he can stay healthy. Ryan Weathers is a pitcher. Edward Cabrera is always hurt, it seems like. They picked up Cal Quantrill. It was like their only signing of the entire offseason. I hate this team so much. It sucks.
Yeah.
Um,
If we lose a single game to the Marlins, I'm going to cry.
yeah, that would really suck. That would really suck. I'm hoping Xavier Edwards takes a step forward. That would be
nice.
cool. But I mean, there's not even a lot of guys to like root for. I mean, that's the good thing at least about like the Athletics and like the White Sox. There's at least guys on those teams
You
where it's
bring up
like,
the Athletics because you just want to talk about Lawrence Butler.
yeah, I like Lawrence Butler, but Brent Rooker is a very good player. I mean,
Shea's playing well.
yeah, Shea's playing well. Like, there's guys to look forward to, and they have young guys as well that are coming up, like Jacob Miller. But there's just nothing here in Miami to care about except maybe Sandy.
Yeah.
And that's it. So yeah, they're obviously 5th. 4th. Who do you have 4th?
Washington Nationals.
So do I. It's kind of hard to
They're
go
still
higher.
rebuilding.
Yeah, they're still on the way there. I think.
Their lineup is getting better. They just have to keep working on that starting rotation.
Yeah, and as these young guys continue to come up, I think that lineup just keeps getting better.
Yeah.
And as these young guys develop as well, I mean, James Woods is so early, and Dylan Cruz is going to be a rookie this season. I mean, there's a lot more that's going to happen over time. But I liked them picking up Nathaniel Lowe. I think Paul DeJong, at least, just he's going to get some home runs. He's going to get some extra base hits for you. But yeah, the rotation is really what needs to help.
I really want to see CJ get his shit together
Yeah.
and like be the shortstop he's meant to be when he got drafted.
Yeah, I mean, a hell of a start to the season last year, and then totally fell off a cliff, and then he was at the casino, and yeah, that was a whole thing in its own. Yeah, I'm excited. I'd love to see Mackenzie Gore really take a step forward. I mean, he's been fine, but he hasn't been great, really at all. Picked up Mike Soroka, which could do something. He might win a couple games, but yeah, the rotation's not where you'd want it to be. But if they start winning some games and they're capable of it with this kind of team, you will see them start to kind of turn things around, I think.
Yeah. Also, shout out Trey Lipscomb.
Yeah, and Kyle Finnegan, really good closer that nobody really talks about.
Yeah, but the rest of their bullpen's not great.
No.
Yeah,
Not
Lucas
really.
Sims in there, bro.
Yeah, Lucas Sims, it's a bad sign. I'll say that. Colin Poche is not bad, though. But yeah, I like what this lineup has to offer. I'll say that. Yeah, there's not much else to talk about with the Nationals. The Mets is who I have in 3rd. What about you?
The Mets.
Wow. Okay, so I have a feeling our our standings are exactly the same as we're going.
Probably not.
Do you have the Braves winning?
No.
Okay, then I guess we don't.
Your 4th in the rotation is your opening day starter.
Yes, because everybody else is hurt. I mean, Frankie Montas hurt. Sean Manaea is hurt. I still think Kodai Senga should probably be your opening day starter, but I don't know. It's just kind of odd.
Are they
to
just
me.
already chalking game 1 and trying to get game 2?
Maybe. Man, I don't know. I really there's a lot of things I can't comprehend with the New York Mets.
Oh, dude, seeing AJ Minter.
Yeah, that bothers the hell out of me. It really does. I'll selfishly say this, and I'll sound like a real asshole. I like how many players on that team are starting off the season hurt.
Yeah, but a lot of them are like.
Well, Francisco Alvarez and Jeff McNeil, Sean Manaea, Frankie Montas are all starters, and they're all out.
Yeah.
So that's helpful. Is Pete Alonso still good?
Yeah.
Is he still going to play well?
He's going to play well.
What do we think about Vientos? Does he take a huge step forward like people think?
I think he sits consistent to where he finished last
Okay.
year.
Yeah,
So like, he'll still be
he's an
like an
interesting
above average player for the Mets,
Yeah.
but like I think he's not going to take that big jump everyone thinks he's going to take.
Yeah.
because think about he started balling out because pitchers didn't think he was all that, so he was getting meatballs the majority of the time.
Yeah, he's definitely not going to see as many fastballs. That's for sure.
Nope, sliders away.
Yeah. Juan Soto is obviously the biggest acquisition.
Yep.
He's off to a hot ass start in spring training.
Yeah, ever since that first pitch.
Yeah, that is for
Or
sure.
first at bat, sorry.
Yeah. He's been unbelievable, and he's an unbelievable player, but one player doesn't change an entire lineup. And this is almost the exact same lineup they were rolling out last year. And yes, I know they made a deep run in the playoffs, and I know that they were pretty good at the second half of the regular season. But those kinds of things don't just stay, like, you can't just keep everything the same and expect that you're going to get the exact same result. I mean, the pitching got worse.
It's the definition of insanity.
It's a good point. The pitching got worse, and I don't know if year to year a lot of these guys really get better. I mean, I don't necessarily know if Pete Alonso gets better. I don't think Jeff McNeil will. I don't think Brandon Nimmo will. Tyrone Taylor sucks. And Jesse Winker is like a black hole at designator. He'll have, I don't know, a walk-off single that he'll freak the fuck out on.
I'm telling you, so when Jeff McNeil comes back, you're going to see Brett Beatty as their DH instead of Jesse Winker.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I mean, Luis Angel Acuna is going to play a big role in this team probably by June.
Maybe even Joey, was it
Meneses? Yeah.
I like his bat better than Jesse Winker.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I just will never get past the fact that Clay Holmes is a starter. He's just simply not a starter.
No, he's not. I don't like Clay Holmes starting at all.
I could see by the trade deadline they go out and get an actual starter and move Clay to the bullpen.
Well, that would require this starting rotation to win games.
This team's still going to win.
They're going to win, but the starting pitching is awful.
Yes.
The only guy I like is Kodai Senga.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know what to think much about the Mets. And I don't love the bullpen. I know Stanek, Minter, and Diaz are great. But when these awful starting pitchers get taken out in the fourth inning, what's going to get you to those guys?
Yeah. They're just praying that their offense puts up 10-plus runs every game.
Yeah, which it's capable of.
Sadly, it is.
But I don't think it'll happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got the Mets in third. I've got the Phillies in second.
I got the Braves in second.
I'll go first, and then we can talk about the Braves. I think, for me with the Phillies, they're supposed to be so good, and so are the Braves. And they're so lockstep that it just makes sense that they're going to be close. And that is why I just have to favor the Braves. I mean, I'm biased as fuck. I don't care. Zach Wheeler's great. I don't think Aaron Nola is going to continue to be good. I mean, last year he just was not.
He's just going to be consistent and still get you the normal amount of wins.
Yeah, but he's not going to be a Cy Young finalist. He's not even going to be up there.
No.
Ranger Suarez is fine. I'm not buying it.
He had a huge jump last year. He was fantastic.
I know, and that's why I'm saying I'm not buying it. Just not.
I'm fucking with this rotation.
I think it's a good rotation. I don't think Suarez is the third best pitcher in it because I think Christopher Chancer is a lot better.
Yeah.
Jesus Luzardo's there, which is super helpful for them for this rotation. I mean, this probably, going into it, probably one of the best rotations in the NL. I wouldn't say the league because the Mariners have it by leaps and bounds, but probably in the NL. I mean, they're up there with the Dodgers.
The only thing that worries me is that the bullpen took a step back.
Yes, definitely.
They got rid of a bunch of guys.
Yeah, Strom's starting off on the IL.
These starters are going to go 5-6 minimum every game.
Yeah, that's the nice part,
and then you can turn. And if they don't, you throw in Taijuan Walker in there who will give you 2 to 3 innings.
Yeah. But
you have Alvarado, Strom, and Romano.
And Kerkering's not bad. Orion Kerkering's
not absolutely not. Like, he's fantastic. And
I love Romano. That's such a good pickup.
Exactly. Strom's always lights out, bro. He's just fucking gross. Alvarado seems impossible to hit when he plays us.
Yeah. Yeah, so, and I mean, this lineup is so good.
I'm just like, if your starter can get you to the sixth inning, they're fine.
That's fair. Are you believing in Bohm? What do we think?
Bohm, I think he's going to have a slightly above average season.
Yeah, like last year he took a big step forward,
but then
kind of reverted back. Yeah, reverted back near the end.
I think this year we can see a little bit of the opposite. I think he's going to have a little bit of a slow start, but then as we get like close to, Midsummer Classic, we're going to see him take a big jump forward and really help this team push toward another postseason run.
Yeah. And obviously Bryce is going to be amazing. I think that's what we've come to expect out of him. I don't see a lot of other top-tier players at their positions in this Philly lineup. It's just a bunch of really good players.
This is, I believe, me personally, this is the season we see Trey Turner go nuts.
It definitely could be.
Like, I'm saying, like, MVP type season for Trey Turner.
I could see that, for sure.
And we'll talk about that later because
Sure.
I wrote him down.
I'm all for Trey Turner playing well. I don't mind that, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does, but I also wouldn't be surprised if he's just the exact same as what we have seen from him. Castellanos and Schwarber, I think both are taking a step back.
Castellanos, as long as there's nothing
done, bro.
crazy going on in the world,
Yeah.
he'll be bad. But
Yeah.
something happens.
And Max Kepler does not do it for me. Not in 2025.
Oh, he was killing it in spring training.
I don't care. Not 2025. I'm not believing in Max Kepler. Sorry, I did it too many times when he was on
Fine,
the
they'll
Twins.
throw Rojas back out there. He was just fine for him.
Yeah, that'd be fine with me.
And Weston Wilson tore it up at the end of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's a great lineup. That's the
Phillies
thing.
are fucking
The Phillies
disgusting.
have a fantastic lineup, but I hate them. And fuck the city of Philadelphia. All right, tell me why you have the Braves second.
It's because I can't say they're first.
Why?
I just... Last year scared the fuck out of me.
For sure.
We were all in, bought it. Hurt.
Yeah, which can happen to anybody.
I know, but Strider's coming off a huge injury.
Yep.
Acuna's coming off another huge injury.
Yep.
It just terrifies the fuck out of me. And if those two aren't healthy, like you said, one person doesn't change the lineup, but two people with that huge of an impact do.
But also, think about this.
And I'm not believing in Profar. Like, I know we signed him.
Sure.
He's
that's
not gonna
fine.
he's not gonna be like he was last year.
That's fine. Because we've had outfields with worse left fielders than Profar
Orlando
when we got
Arcia.
into the World Series. Orlando Arcia fucking
I'm so
sucks.
pissed we did not get rid of him and get Willie Adames.
Orlando Arcia should be batting ninth every single day.
Yeah.
Um,
Honestly, Nick Allen's been tearing it the fuck up in spring
Yeah.
training.
I would love to see him just take his spot. It's not going to happen, though.
No.
I think that everyone is either overrating the shit out of this team or being like, there's no way they can keep doing it. There's no way that and no matter how many injuries we have, we still win 90-plus games.
And the bullpen scares the fuck out of me.
The bullpen is a question. The bullpen is super questionable.
Like,
Rizal's great.
Perdomo, I love it. I think he is fantastic.
Yeah, I do like Angel Perdomo.
Dylan Lee, no.
Mm-mm.
Bummer, you already know.
I'm not a bummer guy.
Pierce Johnson,
I
I
don't like him as a setup,
exactly.
but I like him.
And then we got Hector Neris.
Yeah, which he's just there.
Yeah.
I think more than likely, as the season goes on, somebody comes up and Grant Holmes goes back to the bullpen,
Yeah.
which would make me a lot happier.
Or we pick up another starter.
We could definitely pick up another starter, but I have a feeling we probably grab someone out of the minors. We have so much starting pitching down there.
As much as I would love it, too soon.
Yeah,
Yeah. Caminetti, bro.
Caminiti would be awesome.
I fucking...
Are we giving Waldrop another shot?
Yeah, absolutely.
He'll definitely get one this year.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think this lineup is obviously outstanding. And the good part about this lineup, yes, Acuna is going to be coming back slowly. Strider's making a start today, as you guys are listening to this.
Yeah.
So he's most likely going to be back for the start of the year, which makes me happy. Maybe he's not 100% back to what he was. I mean, he's going to be 100% ready to play. He might not be going 7, striking out everybody and still hitting 100 in the 7th. But he's going to go out there and pitch great games. Chris Sale, I'm still believing in it. I don't know if he's going to be Cy Young caliber. I don't know if he'll be as good as he was last year. But if we have Strider all year, I'm not worried about that. And with Reynaldo Lopez, I think he just continues what he has done, which is just be a model of consistency as a starting pitcher. I think Schwellenbach takes a huge jump forward this season. I absolutely love what he has, and he looks great in spring training.
We better not see AJ at all this year.
No.
That man has
not.
looked so bad in spring training.
Yeah.
How is he
Don't-
still a Brave?
I don't even start. I don't know. There is so much to love about what's going on right now
Yeah.
because things are trending in the right direction. And we are in every other year of Matt Olson. I mean, every other year, Matt Olson's a dog. I can only expect he'll be great again this year. Is Austin Riley going to just stay on this same plane?
That's what I was about to say. We really need a huge step for Austin Riley.
I would love to see a big step forward for Austin Riley. I think that's what this lineup needs to be like a 100-win team.
Because when Austin Riley's cooking, the whole team's cooking.
Exactly, because he hits fourth.
Yeah.
I mean, like that's or third, fifth, whatever.
Third.
He jumps around. But I need Ozuna to maybe not. He doesn't have to necessarily repeat last season, but Ozuna needs to once again.
He needs to repeat last season.
I would love it. But I'm not. That's not my expectation.
Maybe exceed last season.
He just needs to get close. He just needs to get close to last season.
He's going to be so bad this year.
Probably. But Michael Harris, I think, takes a huge step forward. Ronald Acuna is going to come back. I think he'll be good as new by June. That's what I'll say.
I think it's going to be one of those years where literally the winner of the division is decided by like one game.
Yeah, that could definitely be the case. And I think that's the funny thing is you putting them in second and me putting them in first, we probably have them winning the same amount of games.
Yeah, like it's insane.
Yeah, that's just going to be how this division plays out every year. Do you want to give your case on the Phillies being first?
We mainly talked about it.
I wasn't sure if you had some extra stuff.
I sort of felt like we were talking about it when we were going through each one.
That's fair. But yeah, I think when it comes to the race, obviously the Mets are still in the conversation. I mean, if the Braves win the division and the Phillies come in second and the Mets come in third, the Mets probably won 90 games. They probably won like 88, 90 games. It's just how this division plays out. And now that we play everybody and you only play your division opponents 13 times, it just makes it that much easier for a division to be so top-heavy. It would not surprise me if, once again, all three of those teams make the playoffs.
Yeah.
It would not surprise me whatsoever.
And only one team from the Central.
Yeah. Yeah, Central will probably just have one team. Okay. Anything else we need to hit on here for the standings? Okay. Well, then let's talk about our dark horse to win. Obviously, mine's the Phillies and yours is probably the Braves. Or we could both just say the Mets.
Yeah. I mean, if we're talking like true dark horse.
Yeah. It'd probably be the Mets, I guess. Yeah.
Because like we said, Phillies and Braves are neck and neck.
Yeah, for sure.
Like on any given day, it could be raining outside. Be like, oh, actually, no, I think the Braves are going to win this division. It could be snowing, and I'm going to be like, no, the Mets aren't fucking coming close.
There's no telling. Okay, then let's talk Cy Young candidates.
All right, let me just 15-page paper here.
Yeah, I don't know if my list is really that long. Just for Braves representatives, I'm saying Chris Sale, and I'm going to throw like a provisional on Spencer Strider.
Yeah.
If he's good to go and like healthy and looks good in this spring training start tomorrow, shoot me in for Spencer Strider.
Cool. Yeah, I'm taking 3 Brave starters.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm throwing Schwelly in there.
He's on my honorable mention for Cy Young candidate.
Throwing Schwelly.
I think he's taking a huge step.
Who knows? Maybe Ronaldo takes a fucking huge step and he's just lights out.
He's a dog.
That's the thing. This rotation, besides the number 5 spot, is all capable of doing it.
And I'm not saying Grant Holmes is bad.
Not yet.
No. I'm not saying Grant Holmes will ever be a Cy Young candidate starting pitcher.
He's a great 5th rotational guy.
Exactly. I mean, I've loved watching him start games.
I'm happy if he just gets us 4 or 5 innings.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's effectively an efficient bullpen game if Grant Holmes is on the mound, and I don't mind it.
Yeah.
What about some other guys in the division?
Yeah. So you're in Zach Wheeler.
Yep.
Christopher Sanchez. Yeah. I love what we saw out of him last year. I'm going to put Nola there just because he always starts hot.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not on Nola this year.
But that's really it. Like, I wanted to put Ranger as much as I wanted to for the Phillies. I just don't see it. And then moving to the Marlins, Sandy's going to be up there.
Yeah, I didn't even bother putting Sandy. Sorry. I didn't even bother putting Sandy because the only times we've seen him near the top, which also the only times he's been healthy, is when the Marlins were out of the blue very good.
Yeah.
But the Marlins are not going to be good, regardless of how Sandy Alcantara pitches.
You don't have to be good to win Cy Young.
I know, but Sandy's going to win 5 games this season.
Yeah.
That's a problem.
But like we said, we put this just because who has a chance.
Yes.
Sandy has
a chance for sure. And I'm putting Kodai Senga as well. Yeah. I really like him, and I think he'll take another step forward again.
He's the only one you can even put close. And I'm not putting a single person from the Nationals.
No, definitely not. That starter rotation sucks.
Yeah.
MVP candidates. Obviously, this is just a division full of them.
All right.
I'll start out. I think ahead of anybody, it's Soto and Harper
Yeah.
are the top two for sure.
Soto, Harper, sitting 3. I mean, you can get Acuna in there.
I'd say Michael Harris.
I think
third
Acuna
favorite.
just comes in too late.
Yes, that's my
He just
issue with
comes in
Acuna.
too late.
That's my issue with Acuna. That's why I think Michael Harris is the third favorite in this division to win MVP.
My third favorite, Trey Turner.
That's fair. I don't mind Turner. Had to put Olsen just because odd year. I don't know what the deal is with Matt Olsen, but every other year he is very good.
Yeah. I got Riley before Olsen or Harris.
I want to put Riley, but I also don't want to just be so wrong.
Yeah. The thing that can set Harris apart is he's got power to hit home runs.
Yeah.
And he's also got the speed to steal bases.
Oh yeah,
It shows you
He could do it.
If you hit home runs and you steal bases, you can win MVP.
that's true.
The only thing is they're going up against Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, that is the biggest problem for everybody in this division
Yeah.
and everybody in the National League. Is that
Shohei just needs to go to the AL.
well, he was already in the AL.
He needs to go back
and
to
he
the
was already
AL.
stealing all of their MVPs.
Exactly.
Except Aaron Judge one time.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's so hard to pick anybody to be an MVP in this division because it's so stacked, and then you also have to factor in the Shohei Ohtani.
You have
exists.
one or two from the Mets, and everyone else in the Braves and Phillies is MVP
Yeah,
candidates.
I mean, I'll throw in Lindor just to give him some credit, and then
Who knows if James Wood even
that's my
has, like,
sleeper. Is James Wood because he might?
he might.
He should.
I just think he's too young.
I agree, but he could at least be. He'll be the star for the Nationals this season.
He's going to be the bright light.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk Rookie of the Year because I think this is an underrated division for good young
But I think
players.
there's just a top one.
Yes, Dylan Cruz is obviously the number one.
Exactly.
But, I mean, there is some good young players in this division that could come up. I like Drake Baldwin a lot. He's going to start off the season probably on the roster with Sean Murphy out for the first couple weeks of the year.
Yeah.
Drake Baldwin, I think he's like third in the odds, which is kind of crazy.
Is he going to start?
I think he's going to start to start the year.
Yeah.
And then when Murphy comes back, we'll just have to see where Drake Baldwin's at. But, I mean, if Drake's hot, why would you put Sean Murphy back in after how bad he is in the second half of the year every year?
Yeah.
So
I swear,
we'll
if
have to
we
see
see
about
Sandy Leon at all this year,
that. Sandy Leon better not touch the ball.
same with Garrett Cooper.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If Garrett Cooper sees the field, I'll be pissed. Same with Nacho. Sorry, but I'm giving up on Nacho Alvarez.
Yeah.
Uh,
Sorry, bro. Cool name, but
yeah.
you're more White Sox material.
Luis Angel Acuna, certainly
Yeah.
worth talking about just because he's going to have a spot. I mean, he got up last year. He looked fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's always going to be an interesting player to follow, and he's a middle infielder, so he could play a role because at second base they have Jeff McNeil, who's starting off the season hurt. So
Yeah.
things could be weird.
Any pitchers we got this year?
Andrew Painter for the Phillies.
Okay.
That would be the only
I
real
forgot he's
pitcher that might be
I
coming.
just
Yeah, he's really the only one that seems reasonable.
Mhm.
A lot of the pitching in this division is far from coming up, mainly with the Braves.
How long's Max Meyer been in the league? Is he way past rookie?
Yes.
I couldn't remember.
Yeah, I think he played all of last season. Yeah,
I couldn't tell if he
it's
was just
tough
like
to
up,
keep up
down,
with.
up, down,
yeah,
up,
it's
down.
tough to keep up with service time. Yeah, it's a good division for farm systems, but it's not nobody's really close to coming up yet. That's
No.
kind of the problem.
Bless you.
All right, I think that's going to do it for the NL East preview. All right, we're back with a game to wrap things up. Some game time. We got a couple different things I think that Nathan's got lined up for us. This is a daily walk-off. Never played this before.
He said it's like connections, but
Yeah, he said it's like
baseball.
connections. This is a Braves one. For the audio listeners, probably just go to YouTube to watch this. It'll be a lot easier.
and
But
we only have to pick 3.
yeah,
That's
so the categories are bats right, bats left, switch hits, and played with Dansby Swanson. I think played with Dansby Swanson will be the easiest one to go ahead and
yeah.
get.
You want me to take that one?
Are you just taking the whole thing?
No, I'll take. Yeah, I figured we would just each try to get a column.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I
Or
figured
we
we'd
can just start
say
out- yeah,
names that
yeah.
fit it.
Yeah. So first one would be Chris Martin.
So Chris Martin's already in there.
Yeah.
Mark Melanson.
And-
yeah, you guys switch them.
And Jesse Biddle.
Oh, so we have to fill
We have
out
to
the
line them
whole
whole.
thing?
Oh, that's fair.
Okay.
Switch hits, Chipper.
Yes.
Did Kelly Johnson switch hit, or was he lefty only?
I don't remember. Did Furcal switch hit? This might be bad.
Nah, Upton move him to right. Bats right.
Yeah. Upton's a righty.
LaRoche bats left.
Vinny Castilla's a lefty as well.
I feel like Blanco switch hit.
Could be. I don't think.
But also I don't know. I think he was also lefty.
Hand up. I don't know anything about Marcus Giles. I've heard the name, but
Yeah, low key. I think he batted right.
should we lock this?
No,
I
I don't think it's. I think Blanco is bats left.
Oh.
I think for call switch hit.
So then who bats right?
Upton, Giles, and Estrada. I don't know if I've never heard of Johnny Estrada. I'm not gonna lie.
I've heard of him. I can't think of what he does.
Yeah, we can swing.
Yeah, we'll run. Well, damn.
So
Castillo was wrong.
yeah, so Kelly was a left hit. He bats left.
Do we think so then Estrada was a switch?
Yeah, and Castillo is righty.
I could have sworn he was a lefty. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. All right, good shit. That was It's odd.
Yeah.
It's an odd game.
Makes you think a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. No.
Yeah,
No.
I'm down.
Dude, I only
Let's
knew
try
some
one.
of those Braves because of we're going to really need some ball knowledge for some of these other teams. That's the problem.
I feel like we could do the Yankees. Oh,
Maybe.
different categories. Oh fuck.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Okay. 40-plus home run season with Atlanta.
Hank, keep him there.
1970s top 5 strikeouts pitching. 2010 mainly played outfield. 2010 mainly played
So
infield.
left is Hank, Ronald, Matt.
Yes. Troy Gloss mainly played infield for 2010. Right?
Yep. Phil, move him to pitching.
Phil's definitely pitching. And that George Stone thing kind of gives that one away.
Yeah. Chipper's infield. Melky's outfield. Omar Infante's infield.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it's set.
I think the only one that can switch is Eric Hinsky and Troy
yeah.
Gloss. All right, bet, bang.
Dang. Let's go.
Ooh, we're like that. Let's do a different team. Yankees.
Yeah, we can try the Yankees.
I like the yesterday's better.
Okay, so Posada's a switch hitter.
Yep. Glaber played with IKF.
Yep. Jeter's a righty. Ellsbury's a switch.
Vernon Wells, didn't he play with IKF?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know that first Chuck name, bro. Like, what?
Bernie, Chuck Knobloch?
Yeah. I want to say Wandy Peralta played with IKF too.
Yes, he did.
Tino's a lefty.
Everybody else is too old to have played with IKF.
Yeah.
Bernie Williams is a lefty.
Yeah. Curtis Granderson's a lefty.
All right, slow down. Okay, Nathan, move Curtis Granderson into the lefties first.
Chase Headley's a lefty.
And Bernie
Tino
Williams
is a lefty. You just moved Tino out of lefty.
I thought Bernie was the lefty.
Huh?
I thought Bernie Williams was a lefty.
Tino is a lefty because the other Martinez, Edgar, is a righty.
Okay, I don't know why that's the deductive.
MLB The
reason,
Show,
but
bro.
sure.
Trust.
All right. I thought Bernie Williams was a lefty. I don't think he's a switch hitter.
Fuck. Oh, yes. So Chase.
Oh, I was wrong about Ellsbury. Ellsbury's a lefty.
Yeah. I didn't even see
My
Ellsbury
bad.
on there, bro.
Oh, so Bernie is a switch
I guess
hitter.
it's Mike King.
Interesting. Yeah. Mike King played
IKF.
with IKF.
Cool. Run it.
There we go.
And then, all right.
Who was I thinking of?
One more, and then did you have
Ellsbury?
another game lined up?
I was thinking of Shane Victorino.
All right. Let's do one more. I'll let you pick a random team.
Ugh. Should we do a different categories or? That's insane. Fuck that.
All right. Goldschmidt played with Arenado.
Edmonds was a lefty.
Matt Adams played with Arenado.
Did he?
No. I'm
No.
thinking different team.
Yeah. Matt Carpenter
Yeah,
did.
he did. Lance Berkman was a lefty.
John Gant played with Nolan. He's a pitcher, so it would be kind of weird for them to have.
I don't think so.
But
Might have been JoJo. That just seems like a weird name. Matt Adams left. Or was he switch? He was left, right?
he's a lefty.
Jim Edmonds was left.
Yep.
Johnny Peralta, I want to say it was a switch. Troy
think you're
Gloss
right.
is a righty.
Yep.
I don't really know anyone else.
Yeah, me neither. I feel like we run this.
Yeah, let's run it. Okay. What?
Wow.
Carpenter didn't play with Arenado? I thought he came back for like that one season.
So maybe Peralta?
I don't think
Or
so.
am I thinking? No, I think I'm.
Try
I'm
JoJo.
Yeah. He's
Was
like a recent
Was Lance a switch
reliever,
hitter?
I guess. I don't really remember Lance Berkman at all.
Matt Carpenter
to be
was a
honest.
switch hitter. And then put Johnny in the right.
What about Caesar?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There we go. Run that shit.
Sure, Carpenter's a switch. He's a lefty.
I'm losing my fucking marbles right now. Fuck.
That
That's
is
tough.
Yeah, that's tough. Sometimes it's so hard to think of like, did this guy bat right or left if you just didn't really watch him play?
Yeah. But we watched plenty of Matt Carpenter.
Well, yeah, I know.
That's my bad.
All right, do we have a different game? Okay, well, I'm pretty sure you closing that just messed up the OBS thing unless you fixed it yourself. All right. Just covered in ads.
All
Can't
right.
see anything.
Based on
we can
this-
see everything, though. Yeah, I know. Oh, well, you can click on the screen, can't you? Yeah,
Is that Bryson Stott?
maybe.
I see the long hair.
Yeah. I mean, run it. Why not?
Or Brandon Marsh.
Nah, you'd see the beard when
Yeah.
he turns his head. Nope.
Okay.
National
Outfielder.
League American outfielder.
See
Is that
the-
Winker? No, Winker's in the NL East.
Yeah. I think a long haired dude.
Well, he did have long hair at one point. Is it? I'm trying to think.
Does Stowers have? No, it's
No,
that's the
it's
East.
not Stowers. I think it's a. I feel like it's the Central. Because like think West.
Wait, didn't James Outman have long hair?
Is he around 27 though? I think he's younger. He's like
I don't know.
23.
I think he came up late.
Maybe you can try James Outman.
I could be tweaking though.
Okay, so it's a Central player.
He's
like
around the
I
age.
Assumed. Oh, the same age. So
Yeah.
wrong. wait. Oh yeah, it's just not a center fielder. It's a left or right fielder.
Mhm.
Okay. Hold on.
For the
In
Central.
the Central.
That's a
Trying-
pimp job.
So it's not. All right. Trying to go by team.
Brendan Donovan?
Yeah. Yeah, go with Brendan Donovan. I'm just letting you guess. So it's a right fielder.
I didn't even think Brendan. I thought, what? He's from Germany?
What the fuck? Oh, I think he played for them in the World Baseball Classic.
Okay, so
Cubs. It's not Kyle Tucker who's going to be their right fielder, yeah?
okay, Pirates.
Who's their right fielder?
There we go.
Center field's Onyel. Left field is Reynolds, I think. I don't know who's in right for them.
Brewers.
Brewers.
Isn't Garrett Mitchell their right fielder?
It's either the outfield's Garrett Mitchell, Sal Frelick, and Jackson Chourio.
So it's none of them.
No.
It's not the Cardinals. Pirates. Cubs.
So it's Cubs,
Reds?
Pirates. Yeah, who's the Reds right fielder?
I don't know.
Me neither. I don't know who the Reds
Should we
right
guess a
fielder
Reds
is.
player just to see?
Yeah, we should probably guess a Reds player. I can't think of an outfielder for the Reds at all. So that's why I'm leaving it to you. Yeah. We're out of practice, man.
New puzzle or new one?
Just say a random Reds player.
Ellie.
Yeah, that's fine. I can only name infielders for them. Oh, it's
of course, it's the
All right.
Reds.
Yeah, just put in 2 random players, Nathan. I just want to figure out who this is. Freddie Freeman. Nice. That was really close. Just put in another random one, Nathan. It's up to you. What?
Jake
Fraley. Fuck. I knew he had long hair too.
I didn't think he pimped it like that.
That's fair. All right, let's try another one, then we'll wrap things up here.
One batter up, one strike zone.
Interesting leg kick.
Justin Turner.
Nah. What? Why?
Who leg kicks like that? Is that Ozzy?
No. I don't think they put switchers in here.
They do. They've
Do
put
they?
Ryan Reynolds in there before.
Oh, that's right. I don't think that's Ozzy though. Not the where his hands are. It doesn't seem like
Yeah.
Ozzy.
This is a trippy one, bro.
Yeah. That leg kick's really getting me. I don't know.
All right, well, you got first guess. I guessed on almost all the other
Yeah.
ones.
For some reason I feel like it's an Asian player, but I don't think it is.
Jung Ho Lee.
I think he's a switch hitter. Fuck. Ha-Seong Kim's a lefty, right?
Which
Is he
one?
righty? Ha-Seong Kim.
The one-
Ha-Seong Kim has no video yet.
Okay, yeah, he was a righty.
Okay, then, yeah, try Ha-Seong Kim. I'm gonna look like such an idiot when this guy's not Asian, but that's
Oh!
I knew it was an Asian swing, man. I know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's a crazy one, bro.
I just couldn't remember if it was
All right,
righty or
strike
lefty.
zone, and then we'll wrap it up. Can't do another batter up after that one.
Yeah, that was can't top that.
Go up, select the game. Strike zone. Ugh.
Ew, what the fuck?
That foot curling in is
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
Nick Pivetta.
I don't think it's him. Got us a lot.
Hey, AL.
Yeah,
Young
AL,
guy.
not Canadian. Thanks.
Young guy.
Maybe. It could be Rich Hill. He's a lefty, but
Looks
it's
like
such
he's
a
pretty
weird
tall.
cutout of it. I don't know why. It's like glitchy. It looks like he doesn't have a hat on. You never see the bill of his hat. It bothers the shit out of me. I guess. Yeah, I do feel like I've seen this guy pitch. But the leg is weird. Yeah. It's really just average, but that leg is off. I mean, we need to just narrow things down here. So wait, what was your
Bradley?
first guess? Sorry.
Nick
Can you
Pivetta.
scroll down so I can see like the
Taj
category
Bradley?
stuff? AL. Fuck it, why not? I don't know. I don't even think I could say I've watched Taj Bradley pitch ever. AL,
He's a young guy.
Yeah. Not American or Canadian. That's definitely something to note.
Brian, that's not NL East or AL East.
So AL Central or AL West? Shit.
This is tough.
Yeah. He just pitches like everybody, it seems like. I mean, there's nothing special about this dude.
Looks like he throws gas.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. AL West.
Thinking with pitching, it could just be anybody.
Yeah. It's a starter at least. We know that. I mean, I'm trying to think of anything.
I don't like this one.
Me neither.
New one. You got to guess so we can see who.
All right, our camera died. I think we're just gonna call it there. Not finish out the strike zone, but thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching, and of course, thank you for liking this video and subscribing, which I'm sure you've already done. Make sure you guys subscribe here on YouTube. Keep up to date with everything we've got going on here. Got Luke's mock draft coming on Wednesday. Another episode of the podcast, of course, on Friday. And we'll be right back here next Monday. MLB awards predictions next week. That's going to be fun.
Not the way too early prediction.
We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, a lot of stuff to look forward to. So make sure you're following us on Instagram and TikTok as well. Stay up to date with everything we've got going on over there. Join the Second to Short subreddit, r/2ND A&D short. We're still awaiting a replacement for Collins 3 words /
It's coming
fun
soon.
facts.
It's coming soon.
And by that you mean you said last week that you were going to have some great thing to replace it with, and then you didn't think about it at all.
Sorry, this past week is super busy. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, we'll leave you guys there. Thank you to everybody that watched, and
Shout out the Athletics.
enjoy the week. Shout out the Athletics, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace.